In the waning days of the Roman Republic, the fate of empires hung in the balance. The year was 31 BCE, and the world watched as two titans prepared for a clash that would reshape history. On one side stood Octavian, the adopted son of Julius Caesar, commanding a formidable fleet of approximately 400 galleys and an army of 80,000 soldiers. His forces were disciplined, well coordinated, and led by the brilliant general Agrippa. Octavian's goal was clear: to consolidate his power and bring order to Rome. Opposing him were Mark Antony and Cleopatra VII, the Queen of Egypt. Their combined forces included between 250 and 500 larger galleys, supported by an army of up to 70,000 soldiers. Cleopatra's treasure-laden ships added to the grandeur of their fleet, but also to its vulnerability. Antony and Cleopatra's alliance was seen as a threat to Rome's stability, and their ambition knew no bounds. The stage was set off the coast of Actium, Greece. The azure waters of the Ionian Sea would soon be stained with the blood of warriors. As dawn broke on September 2nd, the two fleets faced each other, their sails billowing in the wind. Octavian's forces, commanded by the brilliant general Agrippa, were disciplined and ready. Antony's fleet, though formidable, was weighed down by the presence of Cleopatra's treasure-laden ships. The battle commenced with a cacophony of war cries and the clash of metal. Octavian's ships, nimble and well coordinated, outmaneuvered Antony's larger vessels. Agrippa's strategy was to cut off Antony's supply lines and force him into a corner. As the hours passed, the tide of battle turned in Octavian's favor. In a desperate bid to turn the tide, Cleopatra's flagship broke through the enemy lines, hoping to rally Antony's forces. But instead of following her lead, Antony's ships faltered. Seeing Cleopatra's ship retreat, Antony's resolve crumbled. He abandoned his men and fled to join her, leaving his fleet to face the wrath of Octavian's forces. The battle was over. Octavian's victory was complete. Antony's fleet suffered heavy losses, with over 200 ships sunk or captured and around 5,000 men killed. In contrast, Octavian's losses were minimal, with approximately 2,500 men lost. Mark Antony and Cleopatra, once the most powerful couple in the Mediterranean, were now fugitives. In the aftermath of their crushing defeat at the Battle of Actium, Mark Antony and Cleopatra fled back to Alexandria, Egypt. The once mighty couple now faced a grim reality. Their dreams of ruling the Roman world together had been shattered, and Octavian's forces were closing in. As the days turned into weeks, the situation grew increasingly desperate. Octavian, relentless in his pursuit, besieged Alexandria in August 30th BCE. The city, once a beacon of culture and power, now stood on the brink of collapse. Mark Antony, a warrior who had fought countless battles, found himself in a state of despair. Rumors reached him that Cleopatra had taken her own life. Overcome with grief and believing he had lost the love of his life, Antony fell on his sword. Mortally wounded, he was carried to Cleopatra's mausoleum, where he discovered that she was still alive. In their final moments together, Antony died in Cleopatra's arms, a tragic end to their storied romance. Cleopatra, determined to avoid the humiliation of being paraded in Octavian's triumph, resolved to take her own life. According to legend, she arranged for a venomous asp to be smuggled into her chamber. With a calm resolve, she allowed the snake to bite her, ending her life with dignity and defiance. Their deaths marked the end of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, which was swiftly annexed by Rome. The tragic tale of Mark Antony and Cleopatra has echoed through the ages, a testament to the power of love, ambition, and destiny. Their story, filled with passion and tragedy, remains one of the most enduring legends of the ancient world. In the aftermath, Octavian returned to Rome as a hero. He was hailed as the savior of the Republic, but he had greater ambitions. Within a few years, he would transform himself into Augustus, the first Roman emperor, ushering in the age of the Roman Empire. The Battle of Actium was more than just a naval engagement, it was a turning point in history. It marked the end of centuries of civil strife and the dawn of a new era of peace and prosperity under Roman rule.